Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is so fun and so OG. I am so excited to be filming a spring beauty favorites. I want to thank FSA Store for sponsoring today's video, which we will get into in a little bit, but this is seriously so OG. I've been seeing a resurgence on TikTok specifically of people asking for like OG content, and I was like, why not we do the OG content on the OG platform and do a favorites video on YouTube. My first favorite is letting my hair air dry, and I remember this is from Crown Affair. This is the leave-in conditioner. I remember last summer they did a video of just like using their products, and a big part of their brand is like let your hair air dry and like let our products take care of that air dry for you. And one of the phrases that they said was, you should be doing summer, not your hair. And that just stuck with me. And I remember a few months ago, I had a Sephora gift card and I was like, I'm just gonna buy Crown Affair because it's kind of pricey. And I was like, let me just try it with my gift card and like see if I like it. I feel like I just like how my hair air dries. And to me, that's important. I'm also asked a lot how my hair has grown so much. And it's because I don't heat style it. I honestly probably only do it once a week. I just have to find the right products that work for air drying my natural hair. And this Crown Affair leave-in conditioner, I really like. Before I get into more of my favorites, I want to thank FSA Store for sponsoring this video. One thing that I realized recently was I used to think FSA spending was for the most obvious things like over-the-counter prescriptions and medications, and I didn't realize how many everyday health products were actually eligible. A flexible spending account lets you set aside pre-tax money for eligible health expenses, and FSA Store makes spending those funds so much easier because everything on the site is FSA eligible. So instead of like shopping and then wondering like, oh, is this covered or not? We know it is because it's on the FSA Store site. They have more than 2,500 eligible items on there, and you can use your FSA card right there at checkout on the site, which is amazing because it just takes out the hassle of submitting receipts and just hoping something gets approved later. They have so many products from brands that we all know and love and honestly use like every day. So I want to show you a few of my favorites from the FSA Store. The first one is Aquaphor. This to me is one of those products that everyone should have, and I use Aquaphor literally every single day. I use it everywhere. The first use that I use it for is on my lips. You can also use this on your skin. So when my skin is dry or feeling irritated, I use this to protect and heal my skin and my lips. And it's literally everywhere, like no matter where I am, if you're on my vanity, in my car, at my bedside table, in my bathroom, like there is a tube of Aquaphor there. Next up is Mighty Patch. This is such a good example of a product that someone might not realize is FSA eligible. If I feel a breakout coming on, I will put a Mighty Patch on. I like these because they aren't like attention drawing. They're just clear, they're transparent, they sit on top of your skin. I'll even put them on and then I put makeup on over top of it so I'm not like irritating my breakout. It kind of just helps take care of itself. Next, I have this SPF under eye cream from Supergoop. And I love that FSA Store has Supergoop because again, I feel like this is a product that we all know and are familiar with and we wouldn't assume to be on the FSA Store. It's not always easy to remember to have protection on such a sensitive area like underneath the eyes, especially during really busy weeks where I'm traveling or I'm going down to the shore a lot. It's always good to have an under eye cream on hand that has SPF built into it. So it's just one thing less that I have to think about. And then lastly, I have the Neutrogena Pink Grapefruit Cleansing Wipes, which I feel like this is a staple in everyone's makeup bag. These are soft and pre-moistened cleansing wipes that are made specifically for acne-prone skin. They also just smell amazing. I'm really about to start going back and forth from the shore a lot, so having wipes like these in my makeup bag and my toiletry bag is so helpful. It's just less products to think about, and I don't need to lug what feels like 10,000 products going back and forth from the shore. I also think it's really helpful that the FSA Store carries brands that we know and trust. It also just makes it feel less intimidating knowing the products going into it and not feeling like I have to relearn a whole new system or site when it comes to shopping or how to shop. You're just realizing that staples that you're already using for acne health or overall health are products that are actually eligible. You can really maximize your pre-tax dollars this way. So check it out. So if you have FSA funds and want to see your essentials, go to fsastore.com/ToriDeSimone, or you can scan the QR code that I have on the screen to shop today. And thank you again to FSA Store, where everything is eligible for sponsoring today's video. Next up, I have a lot of Saie products. So we'll start with a tried and true favorite of mine that I always find a resurgence of this time of year. This is a Saie slip tint, and this is my second one of these. I love this so much. You can either wear this as like a skin tint, or I do my moisturizer and then I put this on over top of it. It has a tint to it, but it doesn't give like the look of makeup. It still lets my skin show through, but it just gives a little bit of tint and glow to my complexion. I love it so much, and the consistency of it is so silk-like. Like, that's the best way to describe it. It just feels like silk, and I put it on with my hands. It just has a gorgeous glow. I am in the shade 3.5, which is a little dark for me, so I really only do wear this when I begin to have a little bit of color. I just really, really love this product, and she's like a tried and true for me. The next favorite of mine, this is the Patrick Ta concealer. He came out with this recently. It's the Major Skin Soft Blur Brightening Concealer. The reason that I like this so much, I'm wearing this today, is because this is a medium coverage concealer. I have the shade Light Neutral 1, and it's definitely really light for me, but I find that it brightens and blends and covers beautifully. It does not crease under the eyes whatsoever. It plays amazing with skin tints, which 9 times out of 10 when I do my makeup, I wear a skin tint instead of a foundation. Trust me, this is, if you're looking for a concealer, this is what you want. I'm also realizing I have all Complexion products as my favorite because I'm just obsessed with Complexion right now. Like, eyes and lips aren't doing it for me right now, but like nailing down the face is so important to me because I'm doing my own makeup for my wedding. And I am specifically hyper fixated on like this area of my cheeks. And I feel like I'm getting a really good blend right here, but it takes a lot of technique to get it exactly the look I want. I'm also playing around with a lot of blushes right now because I don't want like that super bridal bright pink blush look. I don't. So I'm playing around with a lot of blushes right now. And when I find the right one, I will report back to you guys. I'm on the right track, but also to say, like, I'm obsessed with Complexion right now, which is what you're gonna see. Speaking of, my next favorite product is also by Saie. Saie, I guess right now, Saie and Patrick Ta, I would say, are my 2 favorite makeup brands right now. Saie, I'm loving the Dew Bronze Bronzer. This is in the shade Swim. I really like this one. I also have the shade Sand, and the only difference is Swim is more golden and it's a shade darker. Sand is more neutral and it's a shade lighter. When I want a little bit of bronze and a little bit of glow, that's when I go in with this. And I just love it so much. These are so user-friendly because they blend out like a dream. But here's what I will say. These need to be set with another bronzer over top of it. If you just use this and then you're on your way, it's not going to be long lasting, but like it's going to look good for a few hours. But like for wedding makeup, for example, there's no way this would like be the only thing that I have. Like, I would need to set it with a powder bronzer. Speaking of powder bronzer, I don't know where this has been my whole life. This is the Saie Super Suede Radiant Baked Bronzer in the shade Amalfi, which is for light to medium skin tones. There's something about a baked bronzer that I love so much, which makes sense because for the past like 10 years of my life, I have loved MAC Give Me Sun. Like, this is so good. The only problem with Give Me Sun is it's a little orange, and you can see like these two next to each other. This is much more neutral. So having this shade in place of MAC Give Me Sun, it's just more everyday neutral. And I actually used to use Give Me Sun as a topper, and I would use Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush. Like, you can see I beat this thing like to the ends of the earth. This was my go-to everyday bronzer, and I would use these two together, first this and then this. And this Say bronzer has taken the place of both of these because it gives me the tone of the Charlotte Tilbury that I want, but the radiance of the MAC Give Me Sun without the orangeness. Like, Give Me Sun can definitely get orange. This does not get orange. It's just radiant and healthy, but it's not shimmery. There's a difference. It just has a gorgeous luminosity to it, and that's what it is about baked formulas. Baked bronzers, baked blushes, it's just pretty. Okay, next up is a baked blush. This is from Kosas, and this is Thrill Blushes Life. I don't know what the shade is, whether it's Thrill or Blushes Life, but it's the Kosas baked blushes. My friend I was with on Saturday, I loved her blush. I was like, what is it? And she pulled it out, and it was a Kosas baked blush. These are really, really good because the same way that a baked bronzer, I don't know why I can't open it, a baked bronzer gives you luminosity, so does a baked blush. So like you can see, it just has dimension in it, which is really pretty. Another example of a baked blush are these Rare Beauty blushes. For whatever reason though, I got this one in the shade Happy. When I first got it, I liked it, but now the more I have it, the more I don't like it because it's almost just like, I feel like the undertones of it are green and it just doesn't look good on my skin, but this one is really, really, really pretty. This is more like a coral peachy. It's like, I think on the website they call it like a vibrant peach, which I would say that's pretty accurate. I do really, really like it. It's a fun pop, especially for like when you're super tan, which I rarely am, but when I do have face tanner on and I lay this down, it is really fun to play with and it's really, really pretty. And I just like this formula a lot. Again, it gives you a luminosity and a glow. Personally, I'm way out on highlighter right now. Like, I don't even remember the last time I like put a dedicated highlighter onto my cheeks or my face. I just like when a blush does that for me, and baked blushes are the answer. And this whole line is just really, really good. And then the last product that I am obsessed with, and I cannot believe I have not had this product my entire life. This is the One Size Powder Melt setting spray. Technically it's called a glass setting spray. I don't know. This is so freaking good. So if you're like me and you were afraid of using powder because you never wanted to look powdery or cakey or like you lacked dimension and depth and like luminosity in the skin, this will completely fix that problem for you. So now I use so much powder because I know that I can spray powder melt on and all of that powder will literally melt back into your skin. You get luminosity back and it locks your makeup in all at the same time. Like, it is so good. I need everyone to have this in their collection. This is seriously a secret weapon makeup product. They don't make products like this where it's so revolutionary where you're like, I can't believe I didn't have you for the last 15 years of my makeup life, but I can't believe I didn't have you for the last 15 years of my makeup life. I am obsessed with this, you guys. The one thing that I do though is I'll spray it all over my face. I go in with a powder puff and then I go back in with my under eye powder, which currently I'm using the Huda Beauty in Pound Cake. And I just go back in and I set underneath the eye because I like a matte, bright under eye. But everything else, I like it to be luminous and glowy and look like I have like just my skin on. You know what I mean? Those are my favorites, my OG favorites from your OG YouTube beauty guru. I hope you guys enjoyed. You can follow me on all the platforms. I am everywhere because it's 2026. You have to be everywhere, duh. And I will talk to you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.